This is Eyewitness News Live at 5. Coverage you can count on.
I will take full responsibility for approving or supporting. The board actually approved that. I was only one of 12 votes. So yeah, I will take responsibility for approving the deal.
Breaking his silence, Rhode Island's former governor comes to Eyewitness News to give his first public comments about his role in the 38 Studio scandal. It's an exclusive interview Rhode Islanders have been waiting several months for. Former Governor Don Carcieri was one of the driving forces behind the risky business deal that's now potentially left taxpayers on the hook for tens of millions of dollars. In 2010, the Republican backed the EDC's approval of a $75 million loan guarantee to lure Curt Schilling's video game company 38 Studios to Providence in hopes the fledgling company would emerge as an economic power, bringing much-needed jobs and tax revenue to our struggling state. But less than 2 years later, those hopes came crumbling down when the former Red Sox ace's company laid off its entire staff this past May and filed for bankruptcy weeks later, prompting a firestorm of questions about why the state entered into such a high-risk deal in the first place. And today, former Governor Carcieri came to our Eyewitness News studios to explain his side of the story, the first time he's spoken since the scandal unfolded. Target 12 investigator Tim White joins us now live with a long-awaited interview you won't see anywhere else.
Mike, since the collapse of 38 Studios, former Governor Don Carcieri has been the punching bag for many looking to lay blame in the 38 Studios debacle. Carcieri says the past few months have been tough watching from the sidelines, and now he's coming forward to sit down with me, hoping to clear the air. One thing we've asked. In his first ever extended interview after the monumental collapse of 38 Studios, former Governor Don Carcieri breaks his silence only with Eyewitness News. And have you spoken to Curt Schilling?
No.
Since the company's collapse, you haven't?
No.
Leading up to it?
No.
A champion of the controversial deal, Carcieri stopped short of saying he should apologize. For a lot of people sitting at home, with all due respect, they haven't heard anyone offer an apology. They haven't seen anyone even take ownership on this. Don't you think you own a piece of it?
Well, I'll take responsibility for having it approved on my watch. Okay, there's no doubt about that. And I'll say I was a supporter, which I was.
What made you think that this was a safe investment?
Well, first of all, probably 4 months of work on it. You look at all the pieces of that, and we said, look, with some help in terms of the financing structure that the state put in place, this looked like it could be a win for the state.
Carcieri puts some fault for the collapse of 38 Studios on founder and baseball legend Curt Schilling.
When a company fails, it's the leadership that's responsible. What I don't know, and the question is, did it fail because it just needed some more money? Or did it fail because they didn't know what they were doing, couldn't produce a game with that? That doesn't look like what happened.
Some people think you were just starstruck by the guy.
No, not at all, not at all. Look, the country is loaded with people who were successful professional athletes who've been very successful business people. All right, there's a lot of them out there. So for me, none of that factored into the equation at all.
You know, I think everyone can appreciate hindsight is 20/20. Saying that, do you regret it now?
Well, you know, I regret what happened, sure. Okay, nobody wanted this. I mean, if you talk to the 12 people... Do you regret being a champion of this project? No. You make the best decision you can at the time. This, I think, was extraordinarily unfortunate, and part of me just believes in my heart of hearts that more could have been done to save this company.
We covered a lot of ground with the former governor. He says there should be no excuse if the current administration was surprised that 38 Studios was out of money. New at 6, Carcieri weighs in on how this was handled after he left and what he thinks could have been done to save the company. Live with the Target 12 investigators, Tim White, Eyewitness News.
If you want to see more of our exclusive interview with former Governor Don Carcieri, the entire conversation will be posted online on WPRI.com. You can also watch it on a special edition of Newsmakers at a special time. It's Saturday night, 7:30, right here on WPRI 12 following college football.